Hey everyone, it's Kino here. Welcome to day 25. Thank you so much for sharing the journey with me. I love reading your comments. So if you're still with the challenge, be sure to leave comments and let me know how you're doing. This 1 month beginner yoga challenge is a journey deep into the center of yourself. Today's pose is Anjaneyasana, a deep crescent lunge that will take you into your legs and deep into the inner body. Move your hands together and we'll initiate the sacred space of the practice with the sound Om. Let your eyes close for a moment, resting the hands on the knees. Tune in to the inner body. Just take a moment and let your mind arrive into this moment. Congratulate yourself for practicing so consistently and welcoming the transformational power of yoga deep into your heart. Feel your breath. Let your breath be a window into the inner state. Drawing inside the low belly, begin to initiate that deep, resonant breathing with sound. The lips are sealed. The low belly is drawn in, your pelvic floor lifts up into the empty space of the pelvis. Exhale, sealing the lips, and then inhale the sound Sa. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, place your hands in prayer. Inhale, rise up through the center line, gaze up to the thumbs. Exhale, follow the center line all the way back down. 2 more times. Inhale, suck the belly in, lift the spine up out of the pelvic bowl, look up to the thumbs, and exhale, follow the center line back down. 1 more time. Inhale, rise up through the center line, reach the pinnacle, the apex of the movement, and exhale slowly and gently down. Move your right hand out to the side. Inhale, reach the left arm up, moving from the side body, and lean laterally over to the side, over to the side. Exhale, fold in, moving into some gentle twisting actions, warms up your back and helps you find that connection deep into the inner body. You'll remember this from the day of twisting. Inhale, come on back up. All the way into the center. Let's go to the other side. Inhale, rise up, moving the ribs away from the hips. Twist along the spinal axis, and we'll hold that for a couple breaths. Keep the low belly pulled deeply in. And just tune in, checking in with the body. 3, 4, and all the way back up, and pause for a moment, feeling the body, feeling the spine. Orient for a moment towards the spinal axis, and then let's come over onto the hands and knees. Holding yourself on your hands and knees for a moment. Check out the placement of your hands, and again, make sure your hands in that hands and knees plank, so your hands are right under the shoulders. And just check out for a moment that your fingertips, your knuckles, and your heels are really planted on the ground. And then warming up the shoulders a little bit, just start to press into the hands, and we'll hold that hands and knees plank for a couple breaths. 2, 3, 4, and inhale, extending the spine, nice deep breath, and rolling through, sucking the belly in, round your back as you pull it all in. 2 more times, slow, steady movement, waking up the spine, and slow, steady movement, pulling it all the way under. Last one, slow, steady movement, roll through the whole spine, sternum rises up, tailbone rises up, and then roll all the way under. Come on back to neutral for a moment, and then inhale, reach your right leg back, and inhale, right leg up, and we'll hold that for 5 breaths. 1, 2, draw the belly in and reach out through your right big toe. 3, 4, and 5. Place the toe down. Come on back to the hands and knees plank. Let's check it out to the other side. Left leg reaches back. Inhale, left leg back. 1, 2, nice and steady. 3, 4, place it down, back to the center. Okay, let's do those alternate legs. So right leg and left arm. Inhale, rise up. 1, 2, 3, suck the belly in and reach. 4, and 5. Place it down and back to the center. Okay, let's do the other side. Right arm and left leg. Inhale, cross. 1, 2, tune into the inner body. Check in with the body. Make peace with yourself in this moment. Don't push too hard. 4, and 5. Come on back to the center. And child's pose. Rest for a moment. Nice breath in. Nice breath out. And let's open the knees, settling your chest down between the thighs, opening the groins for a few moments. 2, 3, 4, and back to the center. Come on up onto your hands and knees. After you come up onto your hands and knees, curl the toes under. Inhale, come on up to plank, and let's do plank. 5 breaths in plank. 1, big push up from the shoulders. Make sure the shoulders are over the palms. 2, 3, 4, make sure the shoulders are warmed up. Remember, you can always do this with the knees down if you're not ready to do it from full plank. But if you can from full plank, let's warm the shoulders up. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, take it up. 2 more. Exhale, down. Inhale, take it up. Last one. Exhale, down. Inhale, take it up. And exhale, let's come all the way down, belly down. Point your toes, come up onto the elbows, and we're going to work into the Sphinx pose to lift the spine. As you lift the spine, you'll feel energy, circulation rising up through the center line. Take a moment and just tune into your back. And remember, no pinching sensations in the back. Just take it nice and easy. Lift the kneecaps. Your belly sucks in, and your glute muscles are nice and soft. 1. Gaze down the bridge of the nose and root down into the elbows. 2. Let your breath be an invitation to a deep sense of inner resolution. 3. Tune into the back muscles. The back muscles, remember, could be working real hard, but there should be no pinching sensations in the joints of the spine. 4. Your quadriceps could also be burning. Remember, don't be afraid of the burning sensations. Welcome those as long as they're in the muscles. It means you're getting stronger. Almost there. And 5. We can come down, just rest for a moment. Hands underneath your forehead. 1 big breath in and out. Now bring your feet together. Let's layer the hands back and then rolling the shoulders back. Slowly lift your legs. 1. Calm, steady breathing. 2, you'll remember this pose is the Shalabhasana pose, a wonderful, easy back bend. Well, yoga is not really easy. So many of you have left comments saying, wow, yoga is really hard. But remember, it's a progress that takes you, really a practice, that takes you to the center of yourself. Just like anything else, any heroic journey, all of the effort you put in, it's going to pay off. Okay, so you should be feeling burning sensations in the back muscles, maybe even in your hamstrings, your quadriceps. Just 2 more breaths, and that's good. Relax completely for a moment. Head rests on the hands. Nice breath in, and nice breath out. Okay, 1 more, and then let's come on back up. From here, take your hands back, lifting the chest a little bit up and forward. We're going to come to upward facing dog. Press for the toes, and then just lean a little forward and up, and let's do a nice, easy upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. Walk your feet in so your feet are hips width apart, and let's stay 5 breaths in downward facing. 1. Use this downward facing just to tune in today. Check out your body. How's it going in there? 2. 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to twist out the dog. So drop that left knee into the chest, drawing the belly in, and just twist it out. And come on back to the center. Drop that right knee into the chest and just easy twist it out. And come on back to the center. And again, we'll just be here for a couple more breaths. Nice big breath in and out. Remember to keep the low belly sucked in. So from your navel down to your pubic bone, it's nice and empty. And from the space between your sitting bones, including the anus, the pelvic floor, and the empty space of the inner body, everything's spiraling deeply in. Switch your gaze forward and inhale. Let's step your right foot forward. And coming up onto your fingertips, root down into your left heel, draw the belly in, and then inhale, pressing into the legs. Reach your hands into prayer position, working on the strength and stability of the legs underneath you. 1, root down into your back heel, so that left heel is pressing down. 3, then start to suck the belly in, feel the strength of the warrior pose. 4, and 5, raise your arms up, gazing at the thumbs. 1, drawing the belly deeply in. 2, 3, 4, and slowly exhale, bring your hands back down. Hold on to your hips for a moment and then open up the hips, make sure they're nice and square. Now just check in with your thigh. There may be burning sensations in your thigh. What you do right now is you talk to your thigh. Good little thigh. Good little thigh. You can do it. Be strong. You can do it. Inhale, raise the arms. 5 breaths. 1, 2, don't give up. Talk to the leg. Talk to your body. 3, don't be afraid if it's a little hard. Remember, it's a yoga challenge. It shouldn't be easy from the beginning. 4, a comfortable challenge, just a little burning in the muscles. You're going to be stronger tomorrow. And 5, sink the hands down. Pause for a moment. Spin that foot forward, shoulders forward. Step back to plank. Plank, exhale, chaturanga. Remember, you can put your chest down if you want. Inhale, upward facing. And remember, you can always do the Sphinx pose if that's easier for you. Exhale, downward facing. Okay, we're going to do the other side. So turn the right foot and step the left one forward. Pause for a moment and make sure that right heel is down. Onto the fingertips. Send the knee forward, root into your back heel, draw the belly in, and then with the strength of the low belly, lift the torso up. Pause for a moment and feel your legs, and then lifting the ribs up and away from the hips, hands in prayer. 1, 2, feel the power of the warrior pose underneath you. 3, feel your legs, feel your heels pressing into the ground. Feel that left thigh bone getting pulled into the inner space of the pelvis. 4, and 5. Inhale, raise the hands up and gaze at the thumbs. 1, 2, 3, nice and steady. 4, and let your hands drop down. Check out the hips and then open the hips. So remember this from our warrior practice. Feel the legs and round. You may feel that left thigh burning, so remember, talk to the leg. You're all right, little thigh, you can do it. Inhale, raise the arms, gaze at the left fingers. 1, keep a calm mind, a compassionate heart. 2, be brave. 3, 4, and 5. Drop the hands down, turn the hips forward, spin up onto the right foot, take the shoulders over the hands and step it back to plank. Hold plank for a moment as you inhale. Exhale down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, come forward to upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Now, switching your gaze forward again. Inhale, step forward with the right foot, planting the left knee down. Point the left toes. So now we're going to move on to today's peak pose of the practice, what we're building up towards, which is Anjaneyasana. Keeping your hips squared forward. Inhale, lift your hands to your right knee. As the belly stays deeply in, this is our first variation of Anjaneyasana. So let's just pause and check out the body, all right? So the right foot is about underneath the right knee. You don't want to bring it too much forward because your knee shouldn't go past your toes. You don't want to bring it too much back. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get down and feel the strength of your leg. So your foot needs to be kind of right underneath the knee. And ideally, your knee is going to distribute weight into the center line of the foot. So take a moment and just check that out. Now, how low you go to the ground will be determined based on the openness of your hips. So let's just hang out here for a moment. Hands rest right on the right knee, drawing the belly in. And don't try to arch back right now. Instead, just rise up through the center line. 1, 2, 3. Steady the breath, draw the belly in. 4 and 5, place your hands in prayer. And you can choose to stay right here with the hands in prayer if you want to take it to the full expression of our pose today. Then inhale, raise the hands up, gaze at the thumbs. Now you should feel a deeper stretch through the front of the left side of the pelvis. This is more of a stretch that brings you into a hip extension. So you should feel this a little more intensely in the hip extension than in the warrior poses. All right, so we'll be here nice and steady. 3, 4, and hands back to prayer. And hands all the way down to the ground. All right, let's curl your back toes under, suck the belly in and step it back. Okay, here we go. Plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. And then let's switch the sides. Step the left foot forward, sending the knee down, point the foot up onto the fingertips, draw the belly in, and then inhale, come on up. Place your hands on the knee. Now here's the place that we're looking for, okay? So we're looking for a very large muscle called the psoas or the iliopsoas, which is attached to the spine, sort of behind the belly button, and picks up the whole iliac crest or your hip bone. And this muscle is a core muscle, and it likes to engage every time you step forward. So we're trying to stretch and release that muscle and make it elongate and lengthen. So we're talking the language of flexibility to the body. So simply relax, breathe, don't force. Engage your foundational leg, which is the left leg, and engage the quadricep a little bit, but thinking about elongating or reaching back from your belly button through the iliac crest, through the right hip bone, through the hip. So this whole area is where you're going to feel an elongating sensation, a stretching sensation, no sharp pinching in the joint, but an elongating sensation down through the leg, down through the toes. Then hands in prayer. And remember, you can choose to stay right here with your hands in prayer. Watch your left knee and make sure it tracks over the foot. And then inhale, raise the arms up through the center line. 1, 2, be aware of any intensity. And again, talk to your hip, talk to the back, and just say, you're good, be strong, lift it up. 3, create the space. 4, and 5. So burning sensation in the psoas can be very intense. You may feel heat, perspiration, lift up through the body. Don't worry. All right, that's part of the process. Come forward, curl your right toe under, and let's step it back to plank. Plank 2, exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, come forward to upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Step forward with the right foot and left knee down. Keep your toes curled under this time. And come on up, placing your hands right onto your knee. Notice this time I've kept my back toes curled under. So now we're going to use a little bit of strength training to build greater flexibility and greater control. So really make sure your toes are curled under. This is going to be a little challenging, all right? Take the hands to the hips, okay? Get ready for a little burning sensations, all right? Remember to talk to the body, remain calm and equanimous like you're your own inner coach, okay? Here we go. Inhale, pick the leg up in the back. So the knee is up. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, down. So I'm rooting down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Using your right quad. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, down. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, down. 2 more. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, down. 1 more. Inhale, take it up. Hold it. 1. Hold it. 2. Hold it. 3. You can do it. 4. And settle it down. And hands down. Oh, all the way back to plank. Plank. Get there for a moment. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Don't be surprised if you feel like it heat fire like crazy moving into the body. Left foot forward, right knee down. Suck the belly in, calm the mind. Inhale, come on up. Okay. And just pause and tune in, check in for a moment. You're going to have one side that's tighter than the other. My right side, always tighter than the left, but it's also always stronger. So everything that you think is a curse in another situation is a blessing. And everything that you think is a blessing might also be a curse. One of the lessons of yoga is impermanence, understanding the impermanent nature of our bodies, our environment, really our life, so that we can maintain an equanimous mind in the face of the inevitable changes of circumstance. Circumstance includes the body. Now, you might notice that if you start to bear weight on the front of your kneecap, it gets a little tender. grab a pillow, small pillow, not too big, or a towel and just wrap it up. You need a little padding under the knee, especially if you have a thin mat. But if you're on a carpeted floor, you should be all right. Okay, I think we're prepared now, so hands right on the hips, draw the belly in and prepare for a little burning sensation. It's gonna be a little tough, okay? Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, down. Inhale, hips back and up. Exhale, down. Inhale, tick it up. Exhale, down. Inhale, tick it up. Exhale, down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, tick it up. Exhale, down. Inhale, tick it up. Hold it, 2, 3, 4, you can do it, and 5, take it down. Okay, hands down. Let's step all the way back to plank. Hold in plank for a moment. Steady, steady, steady. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. All right, we worked real hard. Let's put the knees down. Inhale. Exhale, child's pose. Just a few moments of rest. Tune into the breath. Tune into that calm and equanimous mind. Nice deep breath in and nice deep breath out. Good. And let's switch the gaze forward, pressing back to downward facing dog. And nice breath in and all the way out. Now let's switch the gaze forward and inhale, step the right foot forward, settling again the left knee down, and come on all the way up. So now you're going to point the foot, grab a pad for your knee if you want it. Now we're going to see if we can encourage a little bit more spinal extension. So now that the hips are open, we'll see if we can lift the rib cage. So now take your hands to your rib cage, root down through your legs so the legs are real firm underneath you. Inhale, lift the ribs, and exhale. So you're using and engaging the back muscles. Find the back muscles and feel each of the joints of the spine. So up, 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 and just keep lifting the ribs, 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 hands in prayer. And you can stay here if you want, so really check in with your neck, check in with your back. If you want to stay right here, all is good, okay? No ego, no problem. You don't need to push too far too soon. If you notice your butt is squeezing back off of the pose a little bit, if you feel good in the pose, then slowly you can let your head drop back, bringing your hands right to the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come on back up. You may feel a little lightheaded if you drop the head back. Pause for a moment. Deep breath in and deep breath out. We're going to stay right here. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale, holding on to the ribs. And exhale. If you feel you have the space, bringing the hands to your head and nice and steady. And if you want to, we can straighten the arms, bring them back to the head, all the way up. Good job. Hands down and curl the toe under, all the way back to the plank pose, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down. Now again, step forward, left foot. Right knee down, point the foot this time. And inhale, come on up, sucking the belly in. Notice how much stretching the front body, activating our back bends, moving into the inner body, brings heat, fire, perspiration through the whole body. Welcome that sensation, welcome the sweating, welcome the heating. Here we go. Inhale, lift the ribs. Exhale. Inhale again, lift the ribs, engage your back muscles, hands in prayer. Now it's getting intense. You can stay right here, but if you have a nice sense of lift and spaciousness, then hands right to your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, and come on back up. Hold it there for a moment. Make sure you inhale as you bring the head back up. We're going to do that one more time. Lift the ribs up, lift them up, up, up. Inhale and exhale back. And if you want to, you can straighten the arms just once. Bring them back and nice and easy all the way up. Okay, that was probably pretty intense. Curl the toes under and step back, holding plank for a moment, plank for a moment. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. See if you can explore the possibility of letting the head drop a little back and upward facing. And then exhale, downward facing. Walk the feet a little in and hold it here for a moment. Nice deep breath in and deep breath out. One more time. Inhale and exhale. We're going to do one more variation of Anjaneyasana. So here we go, looking forward. Inhale, step the right foot forward and left knee down. Then all the way up. Okay, your hips should feel very open at this point, all right? Now point the left toes back, hold it here for a moment, and this time we're going to target the quadriceps. So gently roll forward, just roll a little forward and bend the left knee. Reach back with the left hand and find your foot, okay? So for those of you that have a hard time reaching the foot, you can grab a strap and wrap it around your foot and hold on to that. If you can hold your foot, then you could bring the foot into the butt, and we'll hold that nice and up right here for a few breaths. 2, 3, and you're squeezing your left quadriceps a little bit. 3, 4, if you want to make it worse, you can hold it in and sink down, and that should be like a, oh my goodness, what is that on my quadriceps kind of feeling. And then come on back up. Okay, step it back, curl the toes, and plank position, plank to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Okay, let's step it forward and sink it down. Then point your foot. Inhale, come on up. And your quadriceps will give you access even more into the hips. Okay, so that's why we're stretching the quadricep now. Drawing the belly in, reach the foot back. So you're holding onto the foot, okay? If you can't hold the foot, grab a strap. Take a moment, wrap it around, hold the strap. If you can hold the foot, you can bring it into the butt, all right? So you can hold it into the butt, hold it there, try to square yourself forward. Just press your knee into the ground, press, press, press. And then if you want to, you can sink down as you press the knee, which should be pretty intense. And that's good. Let's sink it back down, curl the toes, all the way back to plank, plank, and exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, come forward to upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. And now walking forward. Remember that glide, glide, glide. And you can sit down, or if possible, think about slide, slide, keep your butt up for a moment. Exhale down. Okay, now holding onto your knees. Inhale. Lift the ribs up and exhale. Stretch the arms. Lower yourself slowly, slowly, slowly. Make sure your lower back slowly unrolls. Sacrum is on the ground. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the way back up. A little bit of counter stretch after all those deep hip opening. Exhale slowly, slowly, slowly. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, come on, all the way up. One more time. Slowly, 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 slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up. Okay, now come up onto your fingertips. Inhale, and as you exhale, fold gently down. Widen the feet, so your feet are hips width apart. Bend the knees for a moment, and then straighten. Wrap your fingers around your big toes. Inhale, lift the head up. Exhale, fold. Remember Padangusthasana, however deeply you get, and that's how deep you get. You don't need to push or pull or force yourself down. We'll just hold it for a couple breaths. 2, 3, 4. Remember the empty space of the pelvis. And 5. Inhale, lift the center of the chest up and forward. Exhale, stabilize through the legs. Feel your quadriceps, draw the belly in, gaze down to the floor, and then inhale, lift your spine and your torso up. Exhale, placing the feet together. Okay, now your back bend and your hips are relatively open now, so let's see if we can play around with a little bit of a standing pose that's called Natarajasana. There are many variations of this pose, and we'll be working with the most simple and the most basic. So I'd recommend that you grab a chair, if you have a chair, or a windowsill. I happen to have a windowsill right here. One of the benefits about practicing at home is you have some props you can go ahead and grab onto. So we're going to use balance, all right? So just as we did for Diga Asana. Remember the day of Warrior 3 where we were leaning the body weight forward? So we're going to start off just simple like that. Hold on to your wall, your chair, or your windowsill. Draw the belly in and then gently lean forward and slowly lift the back leg off and use that for balance. We'll just hold it here for a couple breaths. Remember, you could take your hands into prayer. You can keep holding on right there. 2, 3, 4, and let's come up as we settle the leg down. Let's try the other side. Holding on for balance. Gently lean back. 1, 2, and you can choose to let go or not. 3, 4, and inhale, rise all the way back up. Now we're ready to put that deep work we did for Anjaneyasana into play for an exciting little variation, exciting little treat today. Now, in the same way, lean a little bit back, press your weight into your left foot, and then reach back, holding on to your right foot. This is a good place to start. If this is difficult for you, you can grab a strap and wrap it around your foot, just like we did for that quadricep stretch in Anjaneyasana. Now, here's the trick with this one. Reach around and hold on to the inner edge, right? So not the outside, the inside. Then your gaze is forward, start to lean down, and then as you lean down, press back with the leg. And so you're just holding on for balance, gaze down. You don't need to go super deep. This is good. 1, the more that you kick back, the deeper it is, the more forward you go, the harder it is on your hamstrings. You don't need to try to go too deep for today. 3, 4, and let's come on back up. Gently drop the leg. And as we move around to the other side, I'm going to switch the sides so that you can get a complete view of looking forward and how far forward you could go. So here we go, and take the hand forward and you're holding onto the chair. If you put the chair right in front of you, or you can hold a little off to the side, and you transfer your weight onto the right side, bend the left knee, reach back and hold the foot. Find your balance. So now we're also putting into play that standing one leg balance like we did in the tree pose. So now we start to really challenge our standing balance. Reach under, finding your balance, holding it down from the inside, and then draw the belly in, send the hips back, start to lean forward, 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 and then reach back with your leg. 1. And remember, you don't need to go super high. 2, you just find the space that's comfortable for you for today. 3, 4, and come on back up. Reach your foot down and back to standing. Let's go on back to the mat. Okay, now if you had your chair, you can move the chair away. And then I think we should try at least once without any prop, right? So that way, what I encourage you to do is to return to this video again and again and again, not just once off, so that you'll be able to see your progress over time. Okay, so let's just get a sense of our balance without any support. So we're going to do that standing tree pose. Draw your right knee in, place it on your left foot, and hands in prayer. So if the tree is hard, remember you might just want to stay in tree for this whole time. 2, 3, 4, and back down. Let's do the left side. Inhale, left leg comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and back down to the center. So remember, if tree is difficult for you, you can repeat the tree again. Now, if you're not ready to try without a little bit of support, no problem. Keep your chair in place, reach for the wall, try it again. I encourage you to return to this video again and again so that you'll see your progress over time. And now we're ready to begin. So either using your support, or if you want to try freestanding, transfer your weight onto the left side, slowly lift the right leg. Reach back, holding onto the foot. Switch your grip, draw it inside. Then extend the left arm forward, and it's a counterbalance. So as much as you reach back, you have to lean forward. Don't go too much. That's good for today. 2, 3, 4, and all the way back up. Back to the center. No need to push it too hard. We're just checking out the balance. You can expect to be a little sore. And remember, if you fall off to the side, forgive yourself. Come on back up and try again. Let's do the other side. Okay, right side reaches down, we reach back, hold on to the left foot, switch your grip to the inside, left arm is forward, and it's a counterbalance. So as much as you go forward, you're reaching back and up with your left leg. 2, 3, don't need to go super deep, that's good. Focus on your balance. 4, and 5, back to the center. all the way in. Okay, samastitihi for a moment, and just forgive yourself for however difficult that seems, and never be afraid of rising up to the challenge. Continue to practice every day with the full faith that one day you'll find strength, flexibility, but more importantly, grace. Hands in prayer. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. Inhale, lift the chest up and forward. Exhale, let's move back to plank. From plank, let's come forward to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Switch the gaze forward and inhale, right foot, left foot, pause, and glide, glide, keep your butt up, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Exhale down, bend the knees, pull them into your chest for a moment and just thank yourself for the practice. Slowly roll the spine all the way down. Pause for a moment here. After all those back bends, your nervous system will need a moment to just come back to the center. Don't be surprised if there was a little emotional stimulation that followed the back bends. You may feel nervous, sad, irritated, all of those things. Remain equanimous. Pull the knees into your chest for a moment. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then inhale, stretch out the legs. We'll hold it here for a moment, keeping your thigh bones rooting down into the pelvis. Slowly, calmly, inhale, roll your hips up all the way over the head. If you can, you interlock your fingers, rolling onto the shoulders. And halasana, 5 breaths. 1, 2, if you can't reach down, hold on to the hips. 3, 4, and 5. Bend your knees. Hold it there for a moment. Widen the knees, nice and easy. And squeeze the head, maybe the ears. 1, 2, 3. Remember, if you can't reach down, you're holding on to the hips. So if you're up here, just keep holding on to the hips, no problem. 4 and 5. Now everybody, hands to your hips. Slowly send the hips back. And then hands to the lower back. Bring your knees up. Shoulder stand for a couple breaths. 1. Really lift the back of your neck off of the ground while you find the center line. 2, 3, 4. And slowly bring the thighs into the chest. Open the hands. Slowly down. Bring your feet down. Stretch your legs out, pointing the feet. Then inhale, come up and forward. Matsyasana, the fish pose, 5 breaths. 1. Remember that deep resonant breath. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sink into the hips, lifting the legs, lifting the hands. Another 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hands down, legs down. Open the legs, open the hands. Nice deep breath in and nice deep breath out. Allow yourself a real rest here. We worked real hard. Drop your mind down into the inner body. Tune in to that subtle vibration deep in the center of the body, the subtle vibration. Like a root to the seat of your consciousness. Tune into the heart space. And hear the voice of wisdom, a quiet, small, still voice like silence that speaks to you. And listen for a moment. And let the silence of the inner body penetrate your mind, your spirit. And then, as though your breath emerges from that emptiness, allow a deep inhalation. And as you exhale, bend the knees and the elbows. Pausing in constructive rest position for a moment. And then again, pulling the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze, rolling side to side for a moment. Fully release the spine. And one more time. Roll all the way over onto your right side. Come on back up to a comfortable seated position and pause for a moment and just thank your body. Thank your body for every back bend, for every breath. Remember, every day is a blessing. The delicate balance of our life is so precious. So never waste time complaining or being down on yourself. Don't compete against yourself or anyone else. Instead, just take each breath as a celebration of the gift of life. Cherish your body, cherish your breath, and be grateful for every opportunity to do this sacred practice. Move your hands together and inhale. Thank you so much for joining me on this 1-month beginner yoga challenge. Be sure to tune in tomorrow to continue your journey. Namaste.